Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a second to welcome you to my table. You are listening to Sittin with the Sosk. This is a podcast where we are going to talk about everything the film industry has to offer in Oklahoma. Soup to nuts. We're talking page to screen, everything in between. I'm going to talk to people who are in the trenches in the industry here, and right now. Now, why the hell should you listen to me? Well, we're about to find out. But first of all, I want to thank two individuals who are helping me make this show happen right now. There's a man behind the camera, and that's a man called Huff. David Huff is one of the co-producers of this show. And I got a man behind the board who's running everything, switching it here and there, doing the thing, making it dazzle. That's Sasha on the board. Gentlemen, say hello.
Hello.
Now, how many years have you been in this industry, Mr. Huff?
45 years.
45 years. Sasha, talk to me. How many years you been doing this shit?
20 plus.
All right. So between us, we have, I'm not good at fucking ed. We have almost 100, we have almost a century of work in this industry. Every angle of this industry between the three of us, we have been a part of. I'm bringing 35 years of being a working actor, one of the 5%ers, and I am blessed to have had that, to this table right here. What I want you all to do is come take a seat and listen, because I'm going to have people who are in this industry, from directors to writers to animal wranglers to production designers, and actual tales of the tape. Not saying, if I made a movie, this is what I would do. People who are making movies right here under our noses in Oklahoma. We've worked with some of them. These two cats and I, we met on a film less than a year ago, directed by a crazy mofo who sometimes wears an ascot and a crazy hat named T.J. Morehouse, who wrote this really great film about these two burglars who find a chest of gold, or find that it's hidden in a special bank vault that wasn't on a certain map. They try to steal the gold, and then ghosts come out of nowhere and fucking kill them. That was the film. We shot that sumbitch in 2 days. Now that film right now is making the rounds in LA. It's winning awards. It's won script awards. That's one of the pieces I've been part of in the 4 years that I've been here, since plague transplanting here from New York City. I have done voiceovers for video games. I've done voiceovers for TV shows. I started on the boards. I've played One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest in Portland in front of Ken Kesey's damn family with the son of the big chief from the film in my damn show. I had that experience. This is what I want to talk about. I want to vibe about the craft. I want to vibe about everything that this industry, the story making, the storytelling, and all the people in this state that I have discovered in the 4 years here that are fantastic to work with. I have been meeting storytellers here and making stories, and some of those films are making their ways around festivals right now. I'm going to bring them to the table. We're going to talk about the experiences that we had. Now, there's stuff that's going on right now here in Tulsa, and I want to talk about the film world. So I don't want to be like, I'm going to talk about the film world and then not have anything to say about it. There's a film right now filming in Enid and Guthrie. It's called The One, and it's a beautiful film that centers around the huge Christmas tree they have. Is it Enid or Guthrie, gentlemen? Do you know this? There's a whole ceremony, but regardless of that, Erin Elizabeth Crook is the writer and the producer behind it. She's put a fantastic team together, and I was lucky enough to get hired as a drunk, abusive father, husband, and I got to kick the shit out of my wife and kid for a day last week. Christmas coming early? No, not at all. But I got to work with a fantastic actress named Hannah Reese, who is a dynamite. She is. I have so many tales of the tape that I want to talk to you. I get a little over eager. gentlemen, you can always tell me to calm down, and, like, if I start, starting a story and then go to a different story, that's something that I do every now and then. But I'm so excited to bring this energy that I think is, I don't think we've had this kind of show that, exists in Oklahoma. So I wanna let you guys into some secrets that people have shared with me that I've seen actually happen on sets. And I want to bring people that I've worked with in New York into the room so you can have a chance to meet them. I want you guys to learn lessons that we've experienced, failures and successes, because we have to take value from both of those things. Because I've had many projects along the way that a lot of people believed in that didn't see the light of day, and that doesn't take any of the work that went behind them, because the work that went behind that made me the artist that I am today. Um, there's ways in which I look at this business that I want to share with you all that I've gathered from some incredible artists that I've gotten to work with over the years. I have had the good fortune to share the stage with David Strathairn, to share the stage with John Magaro, to share the stage with Ann Dowd. Zach Quinto and we produced something like 22 years ago out in LA because we wanted to bring some theater to fucking, I gathered a group of people and we put 3 pieces together and we had a line outside the door. And nobody was interested in theater in LA, yet we put it together. And I tell you, if you make it, people will come. I truly believe that. Since I've been here, I put this little thing together called the Sandbox. It's a Circle Cinema Sandbox. I was incredibly lucky for most of my 35 years in New York. I worked with a company called Naked Angels that had a cold reading series called Tuesday Nights at 9. So all these actors, about 100, 150 of us, would gather in a theater. We would have 6 writers who would bring new material that they were working on. They would pick actors out of the audience. We'd get up on stage. We'd read it after we had a second to read it over ourselves. So instinctual decision making is a muscle that I have flexed for 30 years in New York. And let me tell you, 25 years ago, the Kenny Lonergans were rolling through and they were trusting me to read their stuff in front of people for the first time. I had some incredible people trust me. We'd go up in the woods for 2 weeks and create new pieces that have now gone on to be Broadway winning shows. I learned from those. I pocketed those experiences. I've talked with some amazing people who have incredible film careers right now. I want to talk about an actual experience that just went on today that really juiced my nads, because one of the reasons that I put together the Sandbox was to generate a collaborative environment where people can start to feed off of each other's energies. Well, this most recent Sandbox, a gentleman that I've worked with, I've had the good fortune to work with, named Sterling Gates. He wrote a film called Just the Janitor. He cast me as his lead. I was in the middle of shooting a whole HBO series up in New York when this happened. I got to play Hunter S. Thompson in an HBO show that, thank you, an amazing experience. I'm up in New York, I'm humming, I'm working with HBO level, production level, and this guy calls me. He's written this beautiful part. We make it work. We shoot this film. It's getting some success locally. We've gotten some best film things in some festivals. I've gotten some best actors. It was a joyous experience. This cat wrote something for the Sandbox. The guy who was the production designer on Just the Janitor happens to be a really good writer, very multifaceted, very important in this industry, as these gentlemen will attest. Multi-hyphenate people know how to run a camera, know how to write, know how to produce, know how to direct, know every aspect of this industry, because the more multi-hyphenates you can have in a room, the less people you need. End of story. But I have this guy read a part with me at the thing that Sterling wrote. There's a producer in the audience. This person met with me in Oklahoma City today, and I truly believe, because she happened to be in this room to see a piece succeed and an audience lean in and laugh together, that natural energy can just speak for itself. And you don't need a pitch deck. And you don't need to tell someone about the idea that you had. What happened in this instance was leading with the work. You gotta lead with the work. Because if you just talk, it's a bunch of talk. Everybody's got a fucking idea. Put something that I can see. Show me you can do something. If you have an idea, make it into a script. You telling me an idea is nothing but a fucking idea. But this cat took the risk. We read it. We're going to do it. Somebody who was in that crowd watched that stuff happen and today said, and I had a number in my head, very low, of what I thought we could do this for. Realistically, she had the same number. We're going to do this film. And it's a wonderful script. And you know why? I know it's wonderful? Because I read it in front of almost nearly 80 to 100 people. And they all laughed. And they all leaned. And there's a beautiful turn in it. And everybody held on for that turn. And when that stuff happens live, it's better than any pitch you can make in any room ever. So lead with your work. That's what I want to bring to the table. That's a lesson that could be learned. How do you do that? Come to the table, because we're going to talk about how you do that, how people have done it. These gentlemen, we have experiences up the yin. Hell, we could shoot the shit for 30 minutes a week, and you could learn stuff from us, but we're going to add to that. I can't wait to share with you what I've learned and what I've learned from the people that are going to join me at this table. Sittin with the Sosk. We're going to go live, I'd say in another month or two, gentlemen? Stay tuned. There's a lot that's going to be coming at you. Not to mention, by the way, now I know I've watched podcasts before. I know you guys have, right, gentlemen? So there's a lot of businesses around here. Anybody are interested in advertising? Well, you're looking at someone who has done voiceovers for 25 years. You give me some copy, I will pitch your product on here. We can talk. There's lots of ways that we can go. We all listen to podcasts. Let's make our own. Let's make Tulsa have a podcast that more than just people in Tulsa want to listen to. Because let me tell you, these gentlemen right here showed me a toy box last night that we could have at our ability we were all going to have some serious, serious fun. So you bringing a film to Oklahoma? Come join us. Sittin with the Sosk is the way to find the inside track on the film industry in Oklahoma. We're in it. We're not just talking about it. We're doing it. And I'm going to bring doers to this table and people that you don't know about, the hidden gems. Because that's what I consider myself to be. I don't want anybody to know my name. But now these two guys said, hey, let's do a podcast. Now, you might know my name a little bit more. But it's just the Sosk. It's just a character. Buckle up. Because Daddy's got some things to say. And I know some people that are going to back up what I have to say. And you all can be privy to that at my table. Come join. Sittin with the Sosk, ladies and gentlemen. We are just getting warmed up. You're not going to know what's hit you.